Hey, hi, network engineers. I hope you are doing good. Today, I would be giving a short description about the repository Git or GitHub. I hope you have gone through such names in your day-to-day operational life. So, I talk about what is Git or what is GitHub, so before starting to that, I would like to talk about that whenever anybody is creating a program, any kind of big script, or maybe you can say any application, there is a very high chance that that particular code can be lost, maybe any kind of issues. So we required a backup. In general, all of these terms related somewhere to keep your carbon copy backup. One thing, I hope that is clear to everybody. Now, if I will talk about what Git is, maybe the introduction you can see here on the screen that Git is a distributed version control system. Now, what does that mean? So I could say that it is an SCM. In general, it is a SCM. And what does SCM means? Source Control Management System. So just FYI, this Git platform was created by the same person who created the Linux operating system kernel in 2005 by Linus. Okay, so it is an open source, and when I am saying about SCM, it means Git is very popular to keep your version record or tracking the version. Now, what is version control? If I will talk here, version control means, let us say you are pushing the program and you are just creating any kind of file the very first time. Okay, this is your version 1. You or your team is modifying it, it is version 2. Then further iteration, version 3. So such kind of versions when you are creating for your iteration of program, these are a life cycle, I would say. Okay, and Git enable you to coordinate work with your different versions. So this is your source control management system on the version control. As I told you, it is an open system. Secondly, I talk about the version. So let us say there is some version upgrade and there is a bug which hit on the application, and now you need to roll it back to a specific point in the development. In these all software or platforms, the version history is available and you can roll back your application again to the any of the previous version. Third point, if there is more than one developer, generally if you are making a very big program or the developers who are creating the very big program, so there are lot of programmers which include into it, and to manage the changes made independently is really a very hectic task. So in that case also these all softwares are required. Now when it become for the like internet usage, generally people will use GitHub. So rather than Git, we preferred GitHub, and the reason is that on the public, if somebody is making changes into the repository, that is really very easy to make a change. So let us say this is your GitHub. In this GitHub, you guys are creating one application. In this application, there are separate tasks which every individual need to perform. And in GitHub, when this user is pushing the change, it will reflect on the GitHub. When the second user who is just reliable for his task, he push the change, it will visible on the GitHub. And similarly, when different user will put their change, that will be get reflected on the GitHub. And as an individual tracker, you can see that who person is doing what kind of performance, okay, or what is the status of your application. So in the collaboration way, you can make the changes, which is really very important when you are doing the changes throughout in your organization. Now if I will show you, if you need to go to the GitHub, see, you just open github.com, okay. I do have my own like GitHub repository and everything, but if I will sign it out from here, and if I will show you github.com, okay, it's again coming to that. Let me open some another, just give me a minute. Let me open some another browser, maybe Firefox. Okay, so if you just write down GitHub, okay, the very first, see, this link is showing you that you are into GitHub, and it is talking about that, okay, such and such things, all the publicity probably. And if you need to sign up, you just click on the sign up, as we are doing it on lot of other websites. So you just put your website, continue, it will ask some of the details for you from you. And let me tell you, this GitHub login is free also, okay. For the enterprise though, you can buy a plan, a good plan, but it is free also. Now if you see, when you log in, it will be appearing like this. Can you see there is some repository? Repository means, you can say, a typical project in which there can be a multiple of the files, okay, or the file location, the space which you required for your all the project is your repository. Let us say if you need to create a new repository, you just click over here that I wanted to create. It will ask some name. Let us say I wanted to show you some of the program on F5. Okay, F5 name is available. I am just saying F5. Here in the description I can say this space is providing the information how to access F5 big IP devices using Python. So if you wanted to create it public, you can create it as public. If you want to make it as private, you can create private. Then whenever you are initializing your repository, it's good if you provide some notes. Like if I will click here that, okay, add a readme file, it means I am creating a file where I can put a description. So just hit on the creating repository, and you can see this readme file is talking about all of the stuff. Can you see here that, okay, this is the F5. If you see the name, this is my new repository name, which is available to the public also. If I will not delete it, till then you can have achieved this. Even if somebody wanted to download this whole scripts or something, whatever, I would be gonna add it into this F5 repository. You can download directly from here. You can copy it, you can put it somewhere in your Linux machine if you want, or you wanted to use in some REST API calls or anywhere, you can use this. Again, as an admin, if I wanted to add some more files, can you see this add file? I will just click over here that I wanted to add more file, give the file name, maybe I can say it is script1.py, okay, and whatever. I need to add a script here using iControl SDK. So once I will commit this change, see, before committing this change, let me copy this link and let me go to Firefox again and just open it, because it is valid for the public. You can see, I can see it from any of the browser over the internet, and currently it has only readme file, nothing else. 1 minute ago it was just created, and you can see what it all about and blah blah blah. Now I am creating one more file which is having this information, that script one dot. This is the commit message. Okay. By the way, if you wanted to add some description, you can just add the description. When I will commit this change, you can see into my this repository, NetMinion FI repository, I am having readme file which just created by the initial commit, and secondly, this program is also reflecting now. Now if I will go to my Firefox and just refresh this, can you see it is showing me there as well? Although currently there is no useful content, I would say, that I have published over there, but just trying to show you how GitHub is useful for you. So you can just search for all the repositories over here. You can see above, you can able to search whatever you wanted to search here. Okay, then you can clone it, you can download it, you can create your own repository, you can just go and create your own account. Secondly, I will talk about that. Okay, that there is a GitHub desktop version also, bit like you use your WhatsApp account, right, on the mobile. Similarly, you can use your desktop application as well. Similarly, GitHub also work on the desktop, where you can integrate it using like Visual Studio Code, and you can create the program there and just push it. Okay, once you push it from there, it will be gonna reflect on your device. Let me try to connect and show you the Git desktop as well. So I am just opening Git desktop. Allow me a minute. So this program you need to create, and current repository it is talking about. And give me a minute. Okay, let me create it. From here, can you see there is an NetMinion FI which is showing in your local also. So I can clone it. So it is saying that okay, you can clone it on the desktop. Okay, I want to clone it on my desktop. Perfect. So I can open this in Visual Studio Code. You can see that I can able to open this program in the Visual Studio Code. In Visual Studio Code, you can see those two things, right? Script.1py, this is the one what I created there, right? If I wanted to make any changes here, I can just make some change, like this is edit by desktop version. Okay, once you do this, you can just save this program. Okay, and just come out. See, it is showing you there in your version, and you can just commit to me. Okay, when you are committing it, you can just push to the origin. Okay, let me just make it minimize and see my version. Okay, NetMinion. In the NetMinion, I have a repository with name F5 script 1. Can you see this? It is showing there. Same I can validate from my Firefox, which is just reflecting as a client. So you can see it is reflecting to the internet users as well. So this is the workflow, like how you can use through GitHub. But let me tell you, these are not only some programs. Okay, there are a lot of platforms which are available. Git, GitHub, GitLab. These are the one which are really leading in the market. I try to give you some of the overview for this whole stuff. Although if you wanted to go more, you wanted to read, you just go to the blog netminion.net, click there, and you can see, yeah, here you go. So you can just read more about it, what the GitHub and how GitLab lab is working. You can just reach us on the GitHub also. You wanted to reach us, you wanted to contact us. Probably you can just go through all of this like links. Also, if you wanted to go through different courses which are provided by us, please open netminion.net, and there are a lot of courses related to the networking, security, administration, Linux, cloud. Okay, and probably you can just reach us and we can help you out there as well. Simple to reach us, click on the WhatsApp button or click on the chat button, and we are just one click away. So with these words, I would like to say you thank you for watching this. Have a very great day. We'll meet you soon. Bye.